And he would never shout that from the rooftop, and if I said that to him, he'd laugh. But that is the complete reality. We weren't in stadiums, you know, every other fight before Anthony Joshua come along. We weren't Brits going around the world, you know, in Madison Square Garden, in Riyadh, in Jeddah. It's been unbelievable. But the legacy should last well beyond, you know, and Gareth said the question, do you feel like the public respect you? You know, if the public don't respect him for what he's done, you might as well just give up. You can't keep people happy all the time. If you can be a good individual like he is, you know, in Madison Square Garden, in Riyadh, in Jeddah, it's been unbelievable. But the legacy should last well beyond, you know, and Gareth said the question, do you feel like the public respect you? You know, if the public don't respect him for what he's done, you might as well just give up. You can't keep people happy.
What's good, family? It's your man the YB, back once again. So we just heard there from your man's Eddie Hearn, letting slip some real talk. Eddie Hearn just said, AJ might as well just give up. And that was the truest thing, the only thing worth listening to that came out of Eddie Hearn's mouth. Yeah, if the fans don't respect you, you might as well just give up. And you got that right. Give up. That's what you need to do right now. The fans are sick of being milked. And what you notice, yeah, all this stuff about, everyone need to respect AJ. AJ's legacy will last a lifetime, last forever. What legacy? What? Let's talk about legacy. What legacy? AJ will be known as the most overpaid, successful Fraudley Harrison. AJ is a better version of Fraudley Harrison. Yeah, you know how Fraudley Harrison had that scam fight? He managed to scam like 10 mil from BBC. AJ's a 10x version of that. AJ managed to scam all these different events based on nothing but his natural genetics. That's it. AJ's done nothing but wake up in his body and move forward. Because that's what the public fell in love with. They fell in love with the mystery of it all. They fell in love with the idea of it. The reality is hollow earth. Hollow. There's nothing in there of substance, people. If there was, he wouldn't have just been filled in by Usyk. I'm sorry. There's a reason AJ was the 5-1 favourite before the first fight. Yeah, and that's not because Usyk's that great. If Usyk was that great, yeah, he'd have been the 5-1 favourite off the rip, wouldn't he? That was never the case. AJ was supposed to win this fight handedly. Simple as that. And if he was any good, if AJ had any legacy, what do we know? What's the cliche? A great big man beats a great little man. That's what legacy would mean. And I believe, to be fair though, if Fury loses to Usyk, then we can say that Usyk is a phenomenon. But if Fury beats Usyk handedly, like I expect him to, that will maintain a great big man beats a great little man. In which case, AJ, at that point, will not have any legacy. Because he'll just be a pumped up weightlifting model. That's it, people. Yeah? And what frustrates me is you hear Eddie Hearn talk about, we need to suck AJ off because of all he's done for British boxing. People weren't selling stadiums and whatever else. Listen, people was doing what they was doing. The fans are the ones who bought the tickets. It's actually nothing to do with AJ. Do you understand? The fans are the ones who supported AJ. And what did we get for it? He got turned over in his own manner. What did we get for it? He flies out to Saudi and hauls himself out. Do you know what I mean? It's like one of them ones. In fact, when was the last time... I don't even know when was the last time AJ fought in the UK and won? Who knows? Pulev. Okay, when was the last time AJ fought someone top level in the UK and won? 2017 against Vlad. 50-year-old Vlad. 2015 against Dillian White. Who we now know is shit as well. Tyson Fury just exposed how useless Dillian White is. So what legacy are we talking about here? There is no legacy. AJ's legacy will be making something out of nothing. The biggest scam. The biggest sporting scam. Tiger Woods made a lot of money he was the business. Lewis Hamilton made a lot of money, he was the business. AJ made a lot of money, he a fraud. Yeah? So Eddie, you're right. If the fans don't respect you, you might as well sit down somewhere, and that's what AJ needs to do. He needs to sit down and not be seen or heard of again. But that won't happen. Why? Eddie Hearn and AJ, they love money so much. AJ's got no shame. And any legacy he had left will be burnt through. Yeah? He will whore himself out to whoever wants him. I can see AJ even fighting people like Dubois. I can see Frank Warren 3 years from now offering AJ 5 mil to lose to Dubois. And AJ will just turn up and jump on the floor. I can see it. I've never seen a man with so little shame. He's got no shame whatsoever. He's got no pride either. All he cares about is the check. That's how a man can be flown out to Saudi to have some next prince dumping on his chest. That's how he can have Mr. Middleweight turn him over and him not be bothered and not be looking to do anything about it. Twice. That's how he can lose to Mr. Blobby and run around in the rematch for dear life. No pride and no shame. That's how he can turn up in front of 80,000 fans and have a sparring session with Usyk. Yeah? That's how he can go to Saudi Arabia for the rematch against Usyk, do nothing for 12 rounds, and then kick off and throw another man's belts in the bin. No shame. Yeah, no shame, no character, no respect. AJ's never respected the fans. Never has. Taking it all for granted. Eddie Hearn and AJ, they think it's all about them. Oh, we were the first ones to do it in a massive stadium. Me, I. No, the fans were the ones who put you on. And what did we really get for it? What did we get? I'll tell you what I got. I lost a bag, and I lost another bag. Yeah, that's what I got. What did AJ fans get for the believing? 2 lost bags. Thanks for that. As long as you're alright. AJ's doing just fine. Mr. Plug-in William Hill. So yeah, you're damn right. What Eddie Hearn said. Retire. That's what you're good for. The only thing AJ is good for right now is retirement. I don't want to see this guy nowhere near me ever again. Yeah? He's a sucker. A bum sucker, no good. The quicker he retires, the better for everyone. Just hanging around now, trying to soak up more coin he doesn't deserve. That's the bottom line here, people. AJ does not deserve the coin he's making. I don't know how he's doing it, but then again, I do know how he's doing it. Ultimately, the buck stops with you weird, cucked fans. Cucked fans have got to stop supporting these clown events. Do not support AJ fighting clown fights. Do not support AJ turning up for sparring sessions. If he doesn't want to put on life-changing performances, why should we enable him to make life-changing purses? It doesn't make no sense. This guy, if this man has any pride left, any shame left, he must retire. That's what he must do. There is no argument for him to carry on now. None at all. If he had any heart left in him, we'd have seen it. He has none.